Hi everybody, welcome to my session. You see, today I shall discuss about micro teaching through simulation mode. Now, if you carefully look at this slide, you will notice that micro teaching and simulation, okay? It is two things, right? So these two techniques has been clubbed together and put up as the micro teaching through simulation. I shall come to this, but before that I will touch upon what simulated teaching is. Clear? So let us try and understand. Now when we talk about simulation, it implies that it is an accurate representation of realistic situation. It implies, what does it imply? It is not realistic situation, it is not real, it is we are not facing the real situation, but it is a representation of that particular real situation. Okay, so an artificial situation is being created in a way that it looks like real. Is that clear? So let us see further and then you will come to know. Now why is this simulation mode adopted? It is because in order to remove those drawbacks, those limitations, okay, which are not desirable for when we are talking about the teaching learning process. We are stressing on the teaching part, so we are trying to delimit or reduce or omit or remove, whatever you can say, all those undesirable behavior, teaching behavior inside the classroom through a mechanism that is called simulated teaching. It is this technique is adopted in the teacher training program. Okay, it is because before the students are sent or you can say the trainees are sent to the real classroom situation, an artificial environment is being created for them. Okay, why? In order to remove all those undesirable approaches to teaching. Is that clear? So coming to the next is, student teachers are trained in some artificial laboratories. So as I said earlier, it is not the real situation, it is an artificial situation. It has been created, artificial situation, but that particular artificial situation should look realistic in the sense. Okay, so we shall know more in our upcoming slides. Now student teachers are not directly allowed to use school students for practicing their teaching skills and modify their teaching behaviors. Now say practically, when you think that supposing I want to develop my skills, so if I go to the real classroom situation where the real students are there, then what will happen? It will hamper the studies, it will affect the studies. Okay, time will be consumed, they will not be able to complete the syllabus and students will not be able to learn. So therefore we need to do in the teacher training program is that we have to provide an environment where the student can develop the respective skills that are required, okay, in order to modify their teaching behavior or the teaching skills. Clear? So that is the reason it is not directly related to the real classroom situation, but an artificial environment is created wherein the trainees will get equal opportunity to refine their teaching skills. Okay, let's switch to the next. Now student teachers are first provided opportunities to acquire the necessary teaching experience. As I said earlier, in this case, in an artificial situation, what happens? They will get adequate opportunities to refine their behavior, their teaching behavior. So adequate opportunities are being provided to them. Clear? Now switching to the next is through simulated teaching. That is, look here, the point, it's really coming up very nicely. Through simulated teaching, that is playing the role of teachers in their own institution, within their own group of fellow trainees, and thereafter they are sent to school for practicing. So this is the real purpose of simulated teaching. Now let me tell you, as I said earlier, it is an artificial situation is being created, but in a way that it is representing the real situation. Got it? So in this case, we are not sending the trainees directly to the real classroom setting, but what we are doing, an effort is being taken that they are trained within the classroom setting, their own be it institution or teacher training institution. Within that campus, within that institution, they are given an opportunity wherein they can develop their respective teaching skills. So it is performed with their own group, that is the student teachers. Okay, in presence of the student teachers, in presence of their teachers, their principals. Okay, so in presence of them, the trainees are given an opportunity to develop their skills. So it is like they are asked to play the role. Okay, it's a role playing technique. Simulation means a role playing technique. Okay, keep that in mind. It's a role playing technique wherein the student or the trainees become a teacher. Okay, we shall further know about this as we proceed further. Okay, now as of now, just try to understand that they play the role of a teacher, and the rest of the trainees are observer. Okay, they are observer, as well as they represent as though they are the students of that particular class. So they become the observers, they become the teachers, and they become the students. Okay, so what did I say? They play the role of a teacher. Each trainee will be given an opportunity to play the role of a teacher in an artificial classroom setting, that is in their own institution with their own trainees. Clear? We shall be more clearer as we proceed ahead. Okay, so in simulated teaching, every student teachers play 3 different roles. Now this is what I was trying to tell you. They play 3 different roles. Okay, remember, where is this simulated teaching taking place? First of all, it is in their own institution. Okay, the second question is, with whom are they performing this training? With their own peer groups, with their own fellow, with their own team, or with their own classmates. Clear? So in this case, we find that every student, mind you, okay, keep this in mind, every student, teachers play 3 different roles. That is, they become a teacher. If one become the teachers, the others will become the pupil, or you can say students and observer. Okay, when supposing you have a student by the name Lucy. Okay, Lucy, who is the trainee, B.Ed trainee. Okay, who is taking training. So this student trainee by the name Lucy, She performs the role as a teacher, wherein her own peer group, her own friends, will become the pupil and the observer. And when another student by the name probably Prakash, now Prakash will now it is Prakash's turn, okay, to play the role of a teacher. Now Lucy and with other trainees, her friends, they will act as a pupil and an observer. Okay, so this is the main thing. Simulated means a role player and in an artificial situation, but it is an accurate representation of the real situation. Remember that, okay? I hope it is clear. Now, the next thing, the student teacher delivers the lesson to the peer group who play the role of students and observer. I've already stated that the supervisor or the teacher educator should also be present. So we have the teacher educator, that means the real teachers, the real teacher that who are training their students, the learners. They will act as a supervisor. Okay, they will act as a supervisor. So they will supervise the trainees as how they are performing in the artificial situation. So obviously the student themselves, they will also act as an observer. They will also give the feedback, but the respective teachers should also be present so that they can see how they are carrying on, and where modifications are required, they can accordingly provide the feedback. Clear? So here it is been noted, it has been given notes and gives necessary feedback concerning classroom interaction. So each observer and supervisor takes a note as whether the introduction part is good, whether attention seeking strategy has been adopted by the trainee, how the trainee has introduced the lesson, so and so forth. So all these are taken into account, and systematically it is being jotted down so that necessary feedbacks are being provided after the classroom interaction. Clear? So we have what? Simulation means what? It is a role play wherein the student teacher plays three different roles. They become the teacher, they become the students, they become the observer. Okay, is that clear? All right, so switching to the next slide, is it focuses on how to prepare simulated lesson plan. What points do we have to remember? Who are the learners, and how best we can make the teaching learning process efficient and effective. So these should be the focus of the trainee. How am I supposed to prepare? What are the points that I need to remember and it needs to be covered? Who are my learners? For whom am I preparing? What are the teaching aids, models, and how efficiently and effectively I can place or deliver the lesson? All these needs to be taken into account. Clear? Switching to the next part is that the principles. Okay, we have to keep certain principles in mind. This simulated teaching follows the principle of learning by doing. They learn as they do. Okay, they're performing themselves, and accordingly they are getting feedback, and they again develop where the weaknesses are being seen, they try to modify it, and accordingly they keep on polishing and refining. So the next is providing immediate feedback and reinforcement. So as soon as the trainee is done, feedback are being provided to them. Okay, feedbacks are being provided to them so as to bring modification in their teaching behavior. Next is providing a safe platform for practice. So this is what you see. And now the it is we are conducting it in the institution itself, in front of their respective trainees, okay, their friends, and in front of their own teachers. So there is no point that they will be embarrassed. Okay, so they will get a chance to correct their errors. So it is not the real situation. So they will get enough scope of reforming or modifying their behavior. So again, the next is rehearsal before facing real classroom teaching. As I said, after mastering each and every skills, it is only then they are sent to the real classroom setting, what you can term it as the practice teaching. They go for practice teaching in the real classroom situation, wherein the respective school principals or the heads, or you may say teacher in charge, will allot specific time period, okay, for taking the classes, wherein the student have to maintain a diary, because whenever the teacher educator, the real teacher, okay, the teacher educator, the lecturer of that particular institution, or associate professor or assistant professors or principal, if they go to that particular school for observing their trainees, they what they do, they mention it in the provided note copy or diary, that this particular skill is being seen and it is good, this sort of this is required to be improved, this is being repeated. So this way they are being provided feedback. Okay, so that happens in the real classroom situation. Okay, so what we have understood is that they are sent to the real classroom situation only when they are refined or has mastered each and every skills. Okay, every teaching skills. Is that clear? So definitely they get a chance to do the rehearse, okay, before facing the actual classroom situation. Is that clear? It's very simple. Clear? So when we talk about the simulated teaching, this is the format. Okay, this is the format to prepare the simulated teaching. Now this is the old Bloom's taxonomy, which I have not changed. Okay, this part it's supposed to change anyway. So this is the format wherein you have to mention the school, class, subject taken, topic, subtopic, and today's lesson. Maybe you want to do the definition part, classification classification and use of articles. Okay, so because the subject is on English grammar, it is. So the step 1, introduction, general aims. What are the general aims? To enable the students develop love and positive attitudes towards these are the ways. Okay, and these are the instructional objectives, but this is not required for you all at this moment. So this was the actual format of simulated teaching. Here you describe the teaching aids, normal classroom aids, that will definitely be there. Then how you intend to motivate, okay, the instructional objectives, how you intend to motivate, okay. So for motivating, what you do, you ask them what is the holy book of Hindu, or one of you come near the writing board and write down a sentence. So this way, because you want to take up which part, this articles, okay, because you want to take up this topic, so that's the reason motivation part it's been given. Then after that you make an announcement, but that today you're going to take up a topic on article, okay, you want to discuss on article. So having announced, you have to write down on the board. Then the presentation part, this is the step 2 presentation part, wherein you give the serial, the teaching points, definition of articles, okay, this is the teaching points. Then specific objectives, that means in this case you will means the recall part, recall of what, definitions of article with suitable examples. So this is your specific objectives. Then which method are you going to adopt? The teacher will apply the conversational method, then apply demonstration method, the questioning method, giving example. There will be certain bit of board work, okay, so this is the board work. Then discussion part, it will be there, and students expected responses. The students will listen carefully, the student will follow the chart, the students will respond to teachers questions, so and so forth. So this is the presentation part. Clear? This is the presentation part. And the third, this is the thing, presentation part, this is the second point, third. So this is the presentation part. Then the third step was it used to be the recapitulation part. So it is to recapitulate what you have taught. So by asking questions you can recapitulate, then give them the home assignment, the fourth step. Clear? So underneath it will be the student signature and the teacher's signature. So this was the format. But you are not to worry, because as of the course curriculum, we are interrelating the micro teaching and the simulated teaching. So that part is not very important for you all as of now. So let's come to the micro teaching through simulation mode. So this is what you are required to know. So we have already understood what micro teaching is. If you have not gone through, please go through the sessions given in the YouTube channel. Then today we have discussed what simulation teaching is. Okay, simulated teaching is. And now we shall know how we are integrating the micro teaching through simulation mode. So micro teaching means what? In a gist, it implies that learning one skill at one time, isn't it? So having mastered one skill, we are following to the other skill. That means we are switching to the next skill. So this is something we have to keep in mind. And coming to the simulation mode is what? It is a role play. It is representing the real situation in an artificial mode, isn't it? So the real situation are being a real like situation has been created in the institution, wherein the student will be playing three roles. That is, they will be a teacher, they will be a student, and they will be what? An observer. And simultaneous and side by side, There will be a supervisor, that is the teacher educator, the lecturer, or you may say the assistant professor or associate professor or the principal of the institution will be supervising your performance. Okay, so you then overall what we have the feedback format. So you all have to remember all those. Okay, I repeat, see, in micro teaching what you have, one skill at one time. So you have to master it. You have to master the skill. You have to remember that. Now in case of simulated teaching, what is happening? What is happening in simulated teaching? We have an artificial, it is a role play. It is an artificial situation. It is an artificial situation. Okay, right? So we are clubbing the micro teaching and simulation mode. We are placing an artificial situation wherein we will learn one skill at one time. We will follow one skill at one time. Also, we have a feedback form, and in this simulation we have the trainees. All right, trainees, they will act as a teacher. They will be what? They will be the student, and they will also be an observer. Okay, so this is what you have to keep in mind. Okay, you have to keep in mind they will be playing three roles, that is teacher, student and observer. Clear? So we are clubbing these two together. So while in an artificial situation, we are trying to learn each skill at one time. Clear? So let's check it out. Let's proceed. Now look at this slide. Okay, while trying to develop this, we have to keep certain things in mind, and that is, as I said, decide the role to be played. You have to decide. Now supposing you have 50 students or 100 students in a class or 200 students, so you have to divide the group accordingly, where that will depend upon the institution and the faculty members. Supposing in a class you have each class is being divided 15 students each. Okay, 15 in each classroom. So within that 15 students, it is to be divided that who will play the role of a teacher. Okay, so you can place as a roll number wise, in a roll number wise, say 1 to 15 or 16 to 20. Okay, whatever. So 1 to 15, out of that 1 to 15, who is going to play the role of the teacher? So we have 1 to 15. Okay, so supposing one decided to be the teacher, then all the rest, okay, the 14 of them will act as a student, and they will also act as a observer. Okay, now next, supposing roll number 2 becomes the teacher. Okay, now 2 becomes the teacher, then this will become the student. So this is what? Decide the role to be played. Decide the role to be played. Okay, then selecting the topic for the day's teaching. So 5 to 10 minutes, decide the time period. How much minutes? 7 minutes has been allotted, supposing. So decide the topic you are intending to teach. Then you prepare the outline. Okay, you prepare the outline of teaching. What exactly you're going to teach. Then decide the objectives of the skills to be acquired. Whether you're starting up with the introduction skill, which skill are you focusing, which objective you want to obtain. Clear? Then next is teach the topic. Now the teacher, that is the student teacher, will be teaching the topic, and while teaching, the behaviors needs to be observed and recorded. Recording devices can be adopted. Clear? Next is collect and discuss feedback. So you collect all the information, how they're performing and all, in a feedback format. Also jotting down the points where the student trainees needs improvement. Jot down it so that you can provide the required feedback to them. After giving feedback, the next is incorporate improvements in teaching. So having known that this should be removed or modified, they again reteach. Okay, next time they prepare their lessons again, they again reteach the lesson and trying to do away with those undesirable teaching behaviors. So the process keeps on repeating. Okay, this cycle, you can see, it needs to be repeated as long as they have mastered the skill. It can be repeated with the aid of different topics. So after mastering that particular skill, they will switch to the other skill. So this is the main purpose of micro teaching through simulated mode. Okay, so the main purpose is to develop the skills through simulated mode. Is that clear? So let's proceed. Now this is the format that you need to follow. So skill of introducing the lesson. Now look very carefully, my dear students. Now here in this part, you mention it as subject. Supposing what subject you're intending to deal with. It can be life science, it can be mathematics, it can be Sanskrit, it can be Urdu, it can be anything. So it depends upon the choice of your subject. Which class are you teaching? So name of the trainee teacher. That is the student's name. Unit, which unit you want to cover, which will be the sub-unit. Okay, whether you're taking up 1 unit or 2 units. This part will be the date, the time duration and the number of students. Okay, like as I said, 1 to 15 means you can indicate as 15 students. Clear? Now in this part you see unit and sub-unit you have. So you have to write down the unit you have taken up for the day's class, 5 to 10 minutes. Briefly summarize the point of discussion, which components of skill you are trying to focus, what is the procedure you're adopting, So it can be stated this way. Clear? So this is the continuation of the introduction skill. Under this, again, you have the subunit. You have indicated what is the subunit like. You have given a brief summary of the subunit, the component relating to this particular subunit, and the procedural detail relating to this particular subunit, and for obtaining this component. Clear? Now again, the next summary is this. This summary is relating to this particular subunit itself, so it is not being repeated here. So the underlined portion, it's not shown here. Okay, clear? So it is, since it is related to this particular subunit, so you have written here. Similarly, it is linking with past experience, the component, and the procedural detail, it's here. You have indicated this way. So in order to link with the past experience, questions such as can you give the names of stories that tell about princes that you have read in your previous class, or it can be, can you recall names of few princes about whom you have read before? So this way you can develop the questions. Clear? So this is all about the introducing the lesson. Similarly, you can make use of your other skills. There are 5 core. Please be very attentive. Listen to me. There are 5 core teaching skills that you have to know and prepare your lessons accordingly. Okay, so you relating to micro teaching through simulated mode, you have to focus on 5 core teaching skills. So one is the introduction part, the second will be the questioning part, the third will be the teaching aids, the fourth is the reinforcement, and the fifth is the skill of illustration. Okay, so these are the 5 skills that you have to prepare. 5 skills, okay, and 5 components you have to indicate. So this is all about your introduction skill. So switching to the feedback sheet, as I have already stated that there will be, you see, 3 roles. Okay, there are 3 roles of teacher trainees. There will be a teacher, there will be a student or a pupil, and an observer. So while the student teacher is a teacher, there will be an observer and the students. So in this case, they have to give their feedback, isn't it so? So these are the feedbacks for the respective teaching skills, the 5 teaching skills, the core teaching skills. So accordingly I have given, you can take a screenshot of it. Now here, the first observer, I've written it this way, like you can, this is what I have just developed. Okay, like you can write down the name of the teacher. I just thought of including this. You can write down the name of the teacher, whoever, supposing in your class you have a student by the name of Rudra, so you can indicate teacher's name is Rudra. Okay, so the first observer, there can be 2 observers. You from your teacher trainees itself, you can choose 2 students to be an observer, to act as an observer, okay, to play the role of an observer. So this way you can have 2 observers, the first observer and the second observer sheet, okay, sheet of paper, feedback sheet. So that is how you have to prepare. And in one side you have to write the components. So components relating to the skill of introduction are securing attention, assessing motivational level, linking with past experience, specifying the points to be taken up for teaching, that is the topics to be written on the writing board. But if the teacher is using the board very nicely, then you can put a tick mark here. See, I've written this also. Please put a tick mark wherever applicable. I just thought I should include this, so you can include as well. It looks better. Then using appropriate devices such as good illustration, examples, questions, teaching aids. If they do so, or if they don't do, then you have to mention, give a tick mark this side. Okay, very poor. Clear? Okay, you can give a tick mark here if it is, if wherever it is applicable. Okay, wherever it is applicable, supposing it this way. So this way you say like feedbacks can be provided. Even the supervisor, who is the actual faculty member of the institution, will also supervise and give feedbacks accordingly. Clear? So this is with regard to the introduction part. The next is feedback relating to the questioning. So you have the components such as precision and clarity of language. If the students are clear, specific, using relevant questions, grammatically correct, they're accurate in the teaching or asking questions, they're linking with the specific objective, refocusing, and redirecting, using students' responses for further questioning, prompting. All these are the components that are coming under this questioning skills. So similarly, you have the parts such as excellent, all those you can tick wherever it is feasible or wherever it is applicable, as per the performance of the trainee. Okay. The next is use of teaching aids. In this case, you have the components such as relevant to the topic, appropriate to the pupil's level, creates interest in thinking, proper display, appropriate use of teaching aids. So in how far the trainee has met these objectives, you can indicate it by putting a tick mark in any of the space which you feel it is applicable or it is relevant to the day's lesson. Clear? So coming to the next part is reinforcement. So you have the reinforcement such as you have the positive verbal, negative verbal. You try to avoid this part. Okay, negative, no matter what, like negativity, as a teacher you need to do away with this. As I said, the negative you have to place it in the positive way. Okay, don't scold them, never scold them. You can say no, it is incorrect, that way. So you have the components such as positive verbal reinforcement, the wrong response, weakening or brokening. So the wrong responses, how the teacher is tackling it. Okay, how the teacher is dealing with it. So that part, providing lead or seeking further information. The next is positive non-verbal reinforcement. The next is writing pupils' response on board. So all these are components, and how far the teacher trainee is meeting them. You as an observer, you can place your tick mark. Okay, give a feedback on this feedback sheet. So coming to the next part is the illustration. This is the fifth core teaching skill. So you have the skill of illustration. The components are relevant example, clear concept, content taught, simple and easy, students interaction correlates with the topic. So in this way the teacher can provide the required feedback to the trainee. Okay, the student who are acting as an observer, the students who are observing the teacher, teacher trainee. So feedback can be provided. So the main purpose of the feedback is to modify the behavior of the learner. Clear? It is the main purpose is to modify the behavior of the learner. So in this way, as a teacher, as a trainee, as an observer, you can get a chance to modify your behavior in an artificial situation. Modify each and every behavior, each and every teaching skills in an artificial situation. So this is all about micro teaching through simulation. Now the thing is that as I said, micro teaching, it implies one skill at one time and mastering over one skill at one time. Simulated teaching implies a role play. Okay, role play. So through the role play, through this role play, what is happening? The teacher are getting an opportunity to modify each and every skills at one time. Okay, each and every skills at one time. I hope this is clear. So simulation, as I said, remember this, simulation means it is an artificial situation. Okay, it is an artificial situation wherein the students get a chance to modify their behavior. Okay, and the students, they play three different roles. Okay, they play three different roles. What are those roles? They play as a teacher, they act as a student, and they act as a trainee. Isn't it so? So all these are very important for you all being a teacher. Okay. Namaste. All right, see you all. Take care till we meet again.